Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'm coming to you guys with a book review video, which is very exciting. My aim, if you scroll back to the beginning of my channel, you'll know that this channel was built on book review videos. That was the reason I started BookTube in the first place, was to talk about books because I didn't have anywhere else to do it. And I just love talking about books, what I've read, what I'm gonna read, all that sort of good stuff. So my aim for this year is to do a book review for pretty much every book that I read this year. For the last sort of 5 years, my aim has been to read 24 books a year, so 2 a month. So hopefully there'll be 24, 23 book review videos coming up, maybe more, if I can get over my target. So do remember to subscribe if you want to see those. My previous video, or the one before that, was a book haul for the books that I got for Christmas. So do, if you're interested, go and check that out. But today, as I say, I've got a book review for you. Technically, it's a comic book review, and it is The Old Guard by Rucker Fernandez, Miwa and Win. I asked this for Christmas after, so as you can see from the little stamp on the front, Netflix have turned this into a film with Charlize Theron as one of the main characters, who's called Andy. And I watched that, I'd say in like autumn last year. Really enjoyed it. It's a really, really good film. I would highly recommend. And then figured out it was based on a comic book, so asked for it for Christmas and then read this in one sitting. I gave this like 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was great. I've read quite a lot of comic books now. Typically, the one thing I don't do is I don't read a lot of like superhero comic books. I typically read a lot more, well, anything else really, any other kind of comic books. And this is just great. So it's set in our world, however follows this group of, shall we say, immortals, people who can't die, and they've kind of banded together and they work on special projects, shall we say. They are mercenaries, fighters, they have incredible skill at killing and hurting people, but often a lot of what they do is sort of for the greater good. And we follow this group on some of their escapades. We follow this group as there is a new member, and we find out about their history, how they all came to be together, because their ages are all very differing. Some of them are from sort of the Crusades, some of them are French Revolution. Andy, who is the main character, is from way further back. And it's super cool, it's super fast paced and action packed, which I love. And it's just really, I read this in one sitting. I think did I say that? I'm losing my marbles, but I read it in one sitting. It was great. Really easy to read, really easy to pick up. Some comic books, sometimes you'll be going back 3 pages like, wait, what's happened? Like this one, I did not do that. The colouring is really cool. Like most pages sort of have one tone. So the first sort of chapter, comic book as it would have come out, is like all purpley pinky, like that. And then each page or double page spread sort of has its own sort of colouring, and it's very tonal and atmospheric, and sort of feels very temperature driven, so it's either really hot or really cool, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this comic book. I'm really definitely I am going to be picking up book 2 in this. The film and book 1 end in the same place, so I'm really intrigued to see where these characters go, what they do next, what their next escapade or adventure is going to be. There is sort of a new member of the crew, so I'm interested to see how she plays into it a bit more. Yeah, it's really fun. It's just fun and action packed and gripping, and you kind of want to watch them as they go through everything that happens to them. It's sort of them versus a bad guy. They kind of get betrayed, so there's betrayal in there. There's a bit of romance, there's a same-sex relationship, which is cool. And it's cool to see that, because obviously the main characters are all immortal, so they're all at least hundreds of years old. And the story of how you get a bit of a glimpse into how these 2 characters got together, and it's really super cute because they originally hated each other's guts, and basically they just could not kill each other. And they figured out they were both immortal because they just kept killing each other and neither would die, which I think is pretty cute. And it's quite funny, and it sort of makes you smile. And I'd say that one of the predominant main characters who sort of leads the group is a woman, which is really cool. She's sort of super like badass, and she's the one that's played by Charlize Theron in the film, and she's badass and she doesn't take no messing, and you know she's it's just great. Yeah, I would highly recommend, especially if you're looking for a comic book to read or to buy someone that's not superhero themed, that's maybe a bit different, but it's still just fun and action packed and gripping and isn't boring and it's got cool art, then I would recommend The Old Guard Book 1, Opening Fire. Definitely, it was really enjoyable. And as to the artwork is cool. I've read some comic books where the artwork is rubbish or where you literally are reading it and that you have no clue what's going on, and this one had neither, which is definitely great. So definitely recommend this one if you're looking for a comic book, or maybe if you're looking for a gateway into comic books and you don't know where to start. I think often with comic books it can be really difficult if maybe you're trying to maybe start with like Marvel or DC or X-Men or Avengers, of knowing where to start, because there's just so many series and so many editions and so many versions. This is book 1. It's really, you know, it's sort of quite straightforward in that regard. So if you're looking for a bit of a gateway, maybe check this one out as well. And it would also be cool if you read this first then watch the film, or vice versa as I did. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Old Guard comic book. I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to like and subscribe if you did. Let me know in the comments if you've read this, or if you're planning on reading this, or if you watched the film. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that too. And as I say, I'm going to hopefully be putting up lots more book content this year, so please subscribe if you want to see that. Hope you have an amazing day, guys, and I shall see you soon. Bye!